loves, it's your girl Diamond. I'm back with my all-new review of Love and Marriage DC. Let's get into it. So we are back with the conversation between Winter and Ashley about how Winter wants to actually understand that I know you're getting to know somebody, but the way you came off, I believe you don't need to be harsh out the gate. If I'm expressing about what I'm going through, you might need to be a little more understanding and not be so harsh. And Ashley says she's not everybody's cup of tea, and she's okay with that. But Winter said, I would like for you to get to know me outside of my two marriages because I am worth more of myself than my two marriages. My marriages don't define me. And Ashley said, that's what I would like to get to know. I would like to get to know you more than hear about Kevin. So it ended with them, toasting to becoming better acquaintances that could lead to being friends. Nothing too strenuous, just taking time out, okay? And that's cool. That's it. So then Irena opens up with how infidelity between her and her husband has been. She's done his dirt. She's done her dirt. Then Ashley opens up with how her and Quick's relationship, they've done things before they got married, and how if there was to be anything here, she doesn't know what's going to happen in their relationship. But they go for tat, tit for tat. So the fact that Irena opened up with how they went through a lot in their marriage wasn't perfect. Winter said, it'll be naive for you to expect anything else. Why would you expect perfection? So obviously, it would have been a great conversation at Chris and Monique's dinner if Irena wasn't shut down by Jamie. And the fact that she's opened up with it, the fact that it wasn't just him, it was the way they had to do better. Because Irena's done things, and so is Jamie. Ashley, I wrote that she's overselling that her relationship is so perfect because she said that her and Quick built this amazing family, that's her guy, that's the person that she can talk to about everything. And as long as they do that with each other, then nothing else can keep them apart. Winter was making a face the whole entire time. Ashley was saying something and she said, interesting. So Ashley goes on with discussing being married to someone who's popular and how she does not check her husband's DMs. She does not go through the phone and she does not look for anything. Even though there have been rumors, she doesn't seek them out anymore or seek them out at all because there hasn't been any proof, no signs. Quick hasn't shown her anything different. And Winter said, so is that a deal breaker for you? As long as you don't see it, you don't care that it's happening, it's going to be fine? Said, no, that's not what it is. Oh, no, I'm sorry. But basically, was that a deal breaker for you? If you don't see it, if you don't see it's happening, then you're not going to care that it might be happening. But Irene and Ashley both have the same mindset. If they don't see or don't hear that their husbands are doing something wrong, they're not going to believe it. I was like, wow. So basically, what I'm hearing from both of y'all is as long as y'all husbands are not out there making a fool out of y'all, y'all pretty much don't care what they're doing as long as they don't make you look foolish. That's what I'm hearing in my mind because for Ashley to even say that she doesn't snoop through her man's phone, she doesn't do this. Irena has snooped through. She has her rumors, but y'all feel like if you don't see it, you don't hear it, you're not going to think any differently? Interesting. I was with Winter. I said, oh, y'all pretty much are in the mindset of if he doesn't do nothing foolish, if he doesn't become sloppy, then I'm good. Let him cheat in peace, basically. Okay. So, like I said, they ended off with toasting to becoming acquaintances. Ashley. Ashley is stopping by Quick's office to meet up with his manager to clear out his schedule because he is a workaholic. But you got to be able to pencil in some time for your wife and your kids. So, she's talking about how she has to check in with him, how he works, because Quick feels like he's still 20 years old. And how he can do all these events. He can jump back and just like how he was when he was 20. He's any older. So you might have to scale back. Instead of doing 20 events, how about going back to at least 5, 6, little by little? Because he is working so much, but he thinks that he has to work the way he wants to work because he wants to be providing of his family. And also since he is a part of the CIAA event, he wants to be a part of it because it's part of his hometown. He wants to give respect, give homage to it. And it's just like scaling back though. Scale back. Like, I'm not saying you can't do it. Just be a little bit more mindful. And the manager understands because he installed that go-getter. He installed that hustle in him. Now he's feeling like I create a monster because this man don't stop for nothing. Okay? Because obviously we know how Quick has overworked himself into a hospital bed. Obviously there's more than that because the fact that he knows how important this event is to him, he needs to scale back because there are times where he's had multiple car accidents. and he has 9 lives, but he cannot keep on working like this, and he cannot go out and work for 3 days of nonstop rest to think that he can drive home and crash. That's not going to work. So he walks in, he wants to know what y'all talking about, pretty much getting you to scale back because you need to be with your family. I feel like I'm that girl who's watching all the Instagram stories of people going on dates, and I'm at home watching Lifetime movies. So wondering what are his available days. Does he have the 14th available? He said no. We got an event that day, right? I feel like quick. You really don't want to spend time with your wife and your kids because every day you think you need to work like this when you don't have to. You are a successful DJ. You have multiple businesses under your belt. I believe you can scale back to not only working so much. Why do you need to work like this? I get your history. You've been stabbed, you've been paralyzed, you've been in jail. I know you have a very, very traumatic past. And you want to work to make sure your family is good, but you need to still be here for it. Don't work yourself to death to make everybody else happy if you're not going to be here to enjoy it. So pencil in some time with your wife and kids, please. Please pencil in. Sean said there's no time for her because of the event that's coming up. So they're gonna set up a hotel for him so he can be able to rest because there will be traffic, it will be dangerous. And an hour is not a big deal, but it's a big deal for her because if you've been working for the past 18 hours with no sleep, you need to sleep for at least an hour. And the exhaustion of him trying to drive home, the first time he did, he ended up driving off the side of the road. So he's developed a routine. Every 2 or 3 years, he ends up in another accident because he doesn't take the time to sleep after working so much, thinking that he is able to stay awake at the wheel to drive himself home. Brother, no. He says it's not going to happen again, but he's worked so hard to provide for his family. That's why he works to provide the life that they live. And she appreciates that. I appreciate your work ethic. I do. But we want you to be here. I don't know what will happen to you or what happened to me if you're not here. She doesn't feel like he's taking the situation seriously. He's just saying no matter what she says, I'm going to go to these parties. I want to know, quick, why do you feel the need to just still work like this? If you don't have to, you're not working paycheck to paycheck. You are a very well-known celebrity DJ. They know your name. Why is it hard for you to think that you can scale back on not completing the full commitment? You can make appearances. You can do a couple of DJ sets. That doesn't mean you have to go all night and be out all through the weekend. You could scale back, like she said. You can scale back with not doing 10 events, but doing 5, maybe 3. And they'll know who you are. You can show up and then leave. Man, more of that their relationship is gonna come up soon because this is all Ashley's been wanting. She wants time, and she's not getting time with you. My goodness, I just can't. So, a little quick pic of Monique. They're in Africa, in the motherland. They're going through the Serengeti. We see the giraffes and everything. We see little Rafiki in the background. I said, I want to go. That looks so much fun. So, Arena is at home. We see Jason with his mom. No, with his grandma. His grandma comes in to get some help for help for her iPhone to pair with her Apple Watch. And basically, he's been trying to get into this department, this program, rehabilitation program, to get him to learn independent skills and seek out and get jobs, right? But there's been a lot of months after months and the months of application getting sent back and filling out new forms. But they have all the information. They're just waiting for him to get accepted. So basically, he feels like he cannot be a part of everybody. Everybody's doing stuff and he's left behind because he's visually impaired. And he wants to work in computers. He wants to work for Apple. That's news to Irena because she never heard him say, I want to work for Apple. Only because he doesn't feel like I could be a benefit to anything that you guys are doing because I'm visually impaired. Y'all don't think that I have the ability to do anything. Irena has never said that, but his father have. And he's in his confessional of, they make me feel like I can't do anything because I have a disability. But it doesn't matter. I can still do all kinds of stuff. I can do it differently. There is a range of people who are visually impaired and have multiple different disabilities that they can still live normal lives. They can still be independent because that's all Jason wants. He wants to be treated as an independent adult. He wants to have his own life and be normal. So while he feels pressure from Jamie to go to DJ school, he doesn't want to go to DJ school. And there are times when he was into music. So talking about how Jason does not want to be a DJ, but there were a time when he was around 7 to 9 years old, he showed interest in music. But that's not what he wants to do now as an adult. Jamie is looking at Jason as a little kid, wanting to pursue music, so thinking that DJ will be the next thing, but he doesn't want to do that. And Irena wants Jason to tell his father he doesn't want to be a DJ. He doesn't want to go to DJ school, but he doesn't want to tell his father. He wants his mom to tell him. He said, I don't want to do it because he's going to have an attitude, which tells me that, Jamie, you have a very harsh approach of wanting to have conversation with your children, which makes them afraid of telling you what they want, what they don't want. They don't want to upset you. They don't want to disappoint you. So they just say, okay, but in their minds, they're hurting because they're not getting heard of what I want. And I don't want to do this. And my father is not giving me that space of expressing how I feel without him feeling like he doesn't like what I'm saying, or he feels like it's a stab against what he wants. Like, that's the whole thing what Quick said about living through your kids. And it's just so that, Jamie, you're not as you don't have a bond or a close knit friendship or close knit relationship with your kids as you say you do, if they are in fear of telling you what they don't want to do. And Irene gets emotional because she has to do a lot of caring for a child who has a disability. Jason can dress himself, bathe himself. He can do social media. He can handle all different types of things, but he can't cook for himself. He cannot go outside by himself. There are a lot of things he still needs help and care for. So as a parent, I have to be there to take care of him. But he wants to live normal as a 21-year-old. He wants to do independent things. So Winter and Irena go out to get to know each other a little bit better. She appreciates the invite because she wants to get to know Irena without all the extra, and vice versa. So the first thing that they sit down and talk, Irena mentions have her and Ashley resolve things. It was a little bit of a red flag for Winter to feel like, all right now, Irena, you want to mention how me and Ashley resolve things? I feel like you're coming across, you playing both sides, because I thought we are about to have a conversation about us getting to know one another. Want to bring up Ashley? Let's stick to getting to know us a little bit better. Don't bring Ashley. I'm not here to talk about Ashley. I'm here to talk about what you got going on. And I'm not even mad that Winter caught that, because I'm not about to be dealing with what I said to you about Ashley. You're gonna take it to her, and then it's gonna be a problem. No, let's keep us here. So Winter appreciates Ashley's apology about how she came off aggressive and direct, but she feels like as a woman should be more understanding and have a little bit of sensitivity to not come across so harsh. Now, to Irena, Ashley doesn't come across aggressive. She comes across direct, and as she says what she says, she means what she says, and that's how she perceives her. But I feel like, Irena, you were taken aback when Ashley said you guys are not friends. And she wasn't mincing. She said what she said. She meant what she said. You were taken aback from it. So, I guess, fine. But then, of course, Irena says, I know you're tired of us talking about Kevin. Yes, that's over and done with. And you don't know how long this has been going on. It's been going on for almost a year. But I am ready to move on. I'm ready to just let that all go because, for one, I'm not ugly. I am a gorgeous 40-year-old woman, which she is, fabulous and 40. And there's another shocker. She's also abstinent. Irena said, why? What made you decide to do that? I guess another part of my faith journey. I want to keep that under lock and key because sex can make a woman go crazy, especially if the dick is good. So I want to make sure that I am all the way cool. I'm all the way clear. I am focusing on myself and everything. I am not seeking out anything else that I don't want. And it is a choice to be abstinent. It's a choice. It's a choice. And that's a choice she decides to make. So Irena don't know anything about that because the only man that she's had for all these years is Jamie. She don't know what it's like to have sex with another man. So that's when Winter decides to bring up the conversation that Irena opened up with about how you said he did his dirt, you did your dirt too. What did you do? She said I was flirting with other dudes in my inbox. But you never stepped out. Never stepped out. What kind of conversations were they? Were there any sexting, any sexual conversations, flirtatious ones? No, just simple conversations about, hey, what's up? How you doing? Hope your day is going well. But he caught her having those conversations. And of course, he went off about, how could you do this to me? My queen, why would you do that to me? So it was a result of him being gone all the time. She felt lonely. Like he would leave late at night. He'll never pick up her phone calls. And he would say he fell asleep at the wheel. He left his phone in the car. Like literally at 1 o'clock, 12 o'clock in the morning, making these excuses, considering those signs. She never thought he would do anything else. Like she never had proof with how late he would be, why he would never answer her phone calls to say, oh, I found you. You were with this girl. I knew you were with this girl. But after all of that, she never caught him doing anything. And even if he did, he'll never admit to it. So basically, considering the way that she would want an explanation from him, he would tell her that she's crazy. What are you talking about? And I don't think he understood what she meant by asking him that. And she decided to seek out attention from other men. So the fact that I'm feeling like my husband is doing something and he's not getting my feelings, any understanding, he's not giving me that space, I'm finding it elsewhere. I'm going to find out from somebody else and get that same understanding, get that same comfort from another man. But the fact that she took that step to seek out comfort without stepping out, she felt blamed. Not blamed, but she took the blame. She felt guilty for that because she never had proof to what he was doing. So did I really like, was that fault? Like, was it really wise of me to go seek out attention from another man if I don't have proof that my husband was cheating on me? Winter was like, how was that your fault? She said because she was so busy. But she said, I don't believe there's an excuse for cheating because you're an adult, he's an adult. You cannot mash a man's penis in a vagina. You have a choice for that to happen. I don't believe that people just say, oh, that's how it happened. So the fact that Irena is blaming herself for seeking out attention with another man but never went to the point of acting on it, it goes to show that maybe she felt guilty that she never caught Jamie doing something, but Jamie just did not let it go that she was doing something. She probably blames herself, but never acted on it when Jamie probably did do something. And if Jamie did something, he felt like since she was the one who I caught doing something, I'm going to place her as the main blame and make her feel guilty about what she did. Which means the shit that Jamie did didn't get discovered, didn't get questioned, didn't get, caught out because he probably was able to do it without you even noticing. But the fact that he caught you doing something, he's placing you as the sole blame on everything. You are in the most trouble. But I'm with Winter. I don't believe there's an excuse for cheating. And the fact that you don't need to blame yourself for what you've done when this man's probably done something too. But basically, the passion has been gone. Like he can't come up behind her and just entice her, make her feel good. She don't feel nothing. The sex drive is not nowhere near the same. And there used to be a lot of foreplay going on, but he doesn't get her in the mood. And she doesn't feel the need to catch up to what he's on. But Winter has a friend who's a sex therapist, and maybe you guys should think about going to see her. She's great. She's awesome. And Winter said the fact that Irene's having intimacy issues with her marriage, I have the perfect person to help her out because there's no way a marriage should end if the bedroom is lackluster. We should not. No marriage should end. The bedroom isn't hopping. Okay. But the lunch went well. They enjoyed getting to know one another. I liked that conversation. I really did. Irena has a dinner. She's doing a crab boil to talk about Jason not going to DJ school. But she can't cook. She can't even cut onions. She doesn't even know how to prepare a crab boil. She decides to spray Pam all over the food as it's boiling in the pot. You don't spray that. Irena, what the hell? Obviously, her mom either never taught her to cook or never inquired for her to cook for herself because her mom did everything while she was in her room playing Barbie dolls. That's not good. You never learned how to cook for yourself? Simple food, simple breakfast, simple meals. I can go to my mom right now. She can teach me how to do a crab boil. Real talk. It's not going to take me long. I know how to make gumbo and all that type of stuff. You don't know how to do this? It literally made me mad that she sprayed that Pam all over those crabs in that pot. Don't do that. So her oldest daughter, Brittany, from a previous relationship with her high school sweetheart that didn't work out, came over. She met James after that, and he raised Brittany as her own. And it's a surprise to her because mommy don't cook, but she wanted to make something special with the family. So they're going back and forth on how the food was done, but it was a perfect opportunity to let Jamie know that Jason does not want to go to DJ school. It was a surprise to everybody that Irena made this because Irena don't cook. You don't have to fix that. Either get a chef or something. She don't cook. So he does not want to go to DJ school, and he want to have a conversation with just him and his father, but he doesn't want everybody else to feel away. But Irena opened up the conversation about what she said with Jason, and he does not want to go to DJ school. And he wanted me to tell you, but I wanted him to tell you. And Jamie says sometimes being a parent, kids don't receive what you're saying. Like, he's not trying to pressure him, but he feels like he wants to be in control of how his son can be a success. But his son said, I want to go to school. I want to focus on my education and independent living. He wasn't listening because he kept going on about how your story will be everybody else's story. Your journey is going to be what inspires people, because to find out that you are a blind DJ and you're going out selling arenas, doing magazines and shit, that's going to be amazing. I said, he doesn't want to be a DJ. He said, I want to be the one that's bragging on, that's my son. He's on TV. He's on magazines. He's on Hollywood. I want that for him. But what's plan B for him? What is plan B? He said getting his education, going to school. Okay, that's plan A. What's plan B? What are you going to do? What's going on with your social life? He said, I'm trying to get out the house, trying to hang out with girls. You know what it is. So Jamie the fourth want to chime in and say, bro, how you going to hang around with girls? You ain't got no money. You broke. What you going to do? If you're going to be a DJ, that's all love, because ladies love the DJ. You're going to get all the females. Ladies love the DJ. They're just going on and on about how DJ is the best thing for him. Can anybody come up with something else besides a DJ? There are more things in life than becoming a DJ. So basically, that's all I'm hearing. DJ, DJ, DJ. He does not want to be a DJ. He can find success in something else. So he said, I want to work for Apple. He said, I'm a huge Apple fan. Jamie said he never knew. He was caught off guard with that because he never heard him say he wanted to work for Apple. I've asked you before, but you never said anything. I believe because you want him to not say it. You want him to say, I want to be a DJ. You're not going to listen to what other things he might have, other things he might want to be. You want him to say, I want to be a DJ. Because you're not opening up your heart and your mind to think about something else that your son could be a success in. And Brittany feels like, I get it. This is a nice conversation. I feel like we should have had this when I went to school, because I am proud of Jason being honest about what he don't want to do, because I never had that option. I was pretty much wanting to please y'all and make it and, do the things that you guys I was supposed to do. She don't know what she wanted to do, but she just felt like I never had time to focus on what I wanted because I wanted to please y'all. I wanted to do what you guys wanted me to do. So the fact that Jason is standing up for what he don't want to do, I love that. But then, so where about the school? Did you hear a call back? No, we're waiting. Okay, so what's going to do in the meantime? I got a friend who's having a DJ school right now. He could be a part of it, but he doesn't want to do that. He doesn't want to be a DJ at any given point in time. He doesn't want to waste his time being a part of something he doesn't want to be in. Why you want to give him something to do if he doesn't want to do it? So basically, he's not being understanding. He's being very impatient. He doesn't have all the answers, but he feels like, what else you gonna do? You waiting to get into a school. I suggest you be a DJ. But he doesn't want to do that. It's very uncomfortable because everybody else was around that table was like, does he not hear that his son doesn't want to do that? He wants to work for Apple. And tech is making money. If he gets into Apple, he can invest in stocks. Oh my God, he could be a very smart man if he's in Apple. Like, are you kidding me? Apple is booming right now. Everybody has Apple something, okay? But everybody was uncomfortable because Irene knows he has good intentions for his kids, but he hasn't let them grow up. Jason is 21 years old. He's now at a point where he can say what I do want to do, what I don't want to do. But Jamie is not given the space of understanding because he keeps trying to shove being a DJ down his throat. And he thinks that being a DJ is the only thing his son can do. Because before he gets into a school, what is he going to do? So he feels like he's done. He washed his hands of everything and he'll figure it out from there. But I felt like, Jamie, you need to open up your mind more than just a DJ. What else do you want your kids to do? Why you want them to be a success? Success in what? What does the other Jamie want to do? I don't know what he want to do, but the fact that you want to control your son, how you think that being in tech is not going to be a good thing. What the hell? You know how hard it is for a DJ to come up? That's a long time. But he wants to be independent. He wants to live his own life, take care of himself, not be carried by y'all. I don't like that. I was like, Jamie, you're not listening. You're not listening to him. He doesn't want to be a DJ. Why do you feel like a DJ is the only thing that he could do? Anyway, Ashley. So Quick and Ashley have a date night between Irena and Jamie. Now, they said they're having date nights. Quick said they have date night once a week. She said, when was the last time we had date night? A few weeks ago. Exactly. So how can we have date night once a week if the last one we had was a few weeks ago? So we don't have a date night schedule. Unless you know, Quick, you're not paying attention. Your wife is literally screaming to you, I want quality time, and you're not getting it to her. Because it's what she said before. You butter her up with date nights, quality time, but then you go and whisk off to do these events for days on end. But you want to throw it and say, we did go somewhere a few weeks ago, right? That's not enough. Saying what you did a few weeks ago is not going to keep her satisfied. She needs consistency. So Irene and Jamie, they come in. Irene is boring. She doesn't want to do any type of sport. She wants to sit there and look cute and have a cute drink. So Jamie tells Quick that Jason doesn't want to be a DJ. He don't want to do it. He loved music as a child, but he doesn't want to be a DJ. But Quick says, all right, wanting to do something here is better. Okay, the fact that he showed interest then doesn't mean he wants to do it now. Loving music as a child is different than wanting to be in music as an adult. But obviously, at the end of the day, we cannot force feed them. As parents, we can't force feed our kids into being a part of stuff that we want them to do. And we're not going to make him do it if he doesn't want to do it. Point blank, period. So then we move up from that conversation to Winter. Irene got to know Winter a little bit more. Quick and Ashley keep on going off with Kevin the scammer in the basement apartment. Y'all must get a kick out of that, huh? Y'all gonna make that same type of joke every time? Fine. Y'all enjoy that shit. Right when y'all shit come out, y'all not gonna be funny. Y'all not gonna be laughing then. Just keep on laughing, okay? So then getting to know her was nice, and then we talked about romance and how she recommended me to a sex therapist. Ashley said, what does a sex therapist do? Teach you how to have sex? More than that, Ashley, a sex therapist teach you how to get through intimacy blocks and conversations about wanting it to lead to foreplay, sex. It's more than just that, okay? So Quick got super excited about hearing how somebody else's marital problems is now them not having sex. He said, oh my God, Jamie, is that bad? When was the last time y'all had sex? Quick, you are too excited and too hyped to hear about somebody else not getting any for you to be all up in their business and say, when was the last time y'all had sex? Is that bad? I don't like Quick sometimes. Ashley and Quick, they get too excited about other people's stuff. But then when it's about them, they want to get all quiet, get a little bit of irritated, get a little bit offended, but they be so into other people's stuff. It's crazy to me. So Quick and Ashley want to know, how is it getting to this point? I know marriage have ups and downs, but the bedroom, that's a problem? Yes, Quick. Sometimes while marriages have lasted long periods of time, there's always an issue with intimacy because you do tend to fall off. You tend to fall off on the intimacy factor. Sex don't be as current as it used to be. It don't be as good. It be a little bit lackluster because everybody got a lot on their minds and it don't be coming off well. People be in their own routine. They become roommates. That's all they do. So yes, Quick, it be that. But like she said, it's been 30 years. There's a lack of intimacy. He said he don't need to go to a sex therapist. But maybe there's something we haven't tried before, some conversations. He said, I'm ready right now. We can go in right now. But I'm the one that pursues her. But while they're talking, he said, you need to see a sex therapist. But she wants affection. She wants intimacy. And obviously, all he wants her to do is just turn over. That's not a turn on. That's like, you want me to turn over? You ain't gonna warm me up, get me in the mood, kiss me, touch me, like just turn over? Okay. So I can see Ashley and Quick reveling in this information. And at the same time as they're reveling in this information, Jamie is looking at Irena in the confessional and in this scene how he wants her to shut the fuck up because he doesn't like her sharing information about their personal lives to other people. And again, Jamie, you are on a reality show about love and marriage, which means you signed up to open about your love and marriage. We already get into your family dynamic, but what about your marriage dynamic? That's mostly what the issues lie, is your romantic dynamic, your marriage. Why I wanted to hide and not answer how y'all get to 26 years of marriage, we're now finding out more. There might have been infidelity, the lack of intimacy. Hello? I want to know how y'all get to that point. I don't like the fact that Jamie makes a face every time Irina talks about what they've gone through, because obviously you guys haven't gone through them if you're making a face every time she brings it up or is getting questioned about it. But she opened that door. So she said he used to be romantical. He used to be foreplay, but then of course when he wants to go downtown, she shuts him down. Irena said that when her and Winter were hanging out, Winter asked her about cheating, and she said, Winter said, would you blame yourself if you went out and cheat because you won't let him eat the box? He said, you won't eat the box? No, because you won't let him. But I felt like she didn't ask you if you would blame yourself, Irena. She said, no, you said you blamed yourself for seeking out attention from another man, and that probably turned off you to have sex with your husband and turned him from having sex with you. Winter never asked you, would you blame yourself? She was already mad that you decided to blame yourself for thinking that it was your fault that you decided to be lonely to seek out attention because Jamie wasn't around. That's where my mind went. I felt like she never said, would you blame yourself if he cheated because you wouldn't let him have sex with you? You wouldn't let him eat the box? She never said that. You blamed yourself for that. I didn't like that. I didn't like how she twisted Winter's words. That's not what happened. So Ashley and Quick have a conversation in the confessional how you can't make anybody cheat. But she's blaming herself for not giving Jamie what he wants, because he wants to have sex with her, but she doesn't want to. So she's holding on to something to prevent from having sex with him. Either she's blaming herself what she did, or she's holding on to what he did. There's something to block there. She's blaming herself what she did. Maybe she doesn't deserve it, or she's holding on to what he did and he don't deserve it. Like something else is happening there. We need to unravel. So obviously she's asking him, would you cheat on me if I let you eat the box? He didn't answer. Because in this moment, he wants her to shut the fuck up. He said whenever she's in the moment, she's fired up, she'll start talking about stuff that she shouldn't talk about. He's not perfect, she's not perfect, but he does not want her opening up about their issues to anybody anymore. I'm going to say it again. You're on a reality show. You cannot hold information when it's asked about it, or if we're in that conversation. I don't know what you want to do, Jamie. Get off the show then. If you don't want things to be talked about. But this is what's gonna happen. Y'all ain't gonna have no choice but to talk about y'all issues. Cause y'all trying to keep it to yourself, but it's not gonna work. It's gonna bleed out. Moving on. So Monique, they're back from Africa. They wish they can stay a little bit longer. She received the contract for the radio host position she was offered. It's exciting. And they talk about the souvenirs. But most importantly, she thought that the trip was supposed to be an aha moment. That was supposed to be their journey of coming back together, reconnecting, and moving on to a better way after reaching 10 years of marriage. We can now move on to the next 10 years in huge happiness, bliss. We have gone through the hurdles and we're more stronger than ever, right? But the spiritual journey they're both going on is not working because she wanted Chris to be vulnerable about what's going on in his mind and talk, because I feel like I should be the one you could be vulnerable with. I'm your wife, but you're not giving anything. You're giving me surface answers, safe answers. I'm trying to pull death out of you if you're not giving anything to me. But basically, like he said, she wanted me to have an aha moment in Africa. I never thought about it. And since I didn't think about it, it frustrated her. So they're going back and forth with why you have a problem being open. You leave a little bit of a crack, but then you close it back in. I want you to be more than that because I'm always open with you. I've never not closed off. I've never not closed off from you, but you're closed off from me. But he said, your walls have been up lately. Yes, lately, because I'm not receiving anything from you. So I am laying down those bricks of giving you little by little because you're giving me little by little. Okay? And pretty much it's just the same thing over and over again. And I feel like Monique has said it more than once. I want more. I want more from you. But you're not opening up. And it's frustrating to me how I've been so open towards you, but you don't give it back to me. What are you thinking about? What do you feel? I have no idea why Chris is such a block with being emotional, being vulnerable. I don't understand why there's a block for him. And pretty much from that point on, the conversation didn't go nowhere because it's just surface. There's nothing there. He's just not thinking about giving that up for her because he wants to be open. But by the time he wants to be open, he feels like Monique wants to shut down because it's not what she wants to be. He thinks her speed is where he needs to be, but he's not there yet. But you need to open up about it. If you're not at that point where you can give me all of you, but at least give me an explanation why. Like, it's a lot, but I understood completely what Monique was talking about. There have been times when my husband gets into his depressive state, he gets into his by himself, be by his lonesome, and I don't want him to shut me out by not expressing how he's feeling. Because if you shut me out, I'm gonna feel like you don't want me to understand, you don't want me to hear you. I don't want to be where you're looking at me as if I'm not on your side, but I am. I have those moments with my husband, and I can understand completely what Monique is going through. I really, really do. So after that, the conversation didn't go nowhere, but then he opens up about what her mom is doing and she doesn't want to talk. He said, okay, well, let's wrap the scene up, guys. She's not talking. Wrap it up. Chris, you did not have to do that. You didn't have to say, well, she's not talking. Let's close it out, guys. Y'all can leave. We're done. We're going with. You can just still try, Chris. Don't just give up because she's not giving you that. Don't just shut down like she's shutting down. Still find a way to open up, okay? Don't just do that. So he talks to the producers about how I'm trying to meet her halfway. When I don't meet her in the way she wants me to meet her, she shuts down and she doesn't want to talk about it anymore. And that's where it ends off with. They're going to talk about more of that later on, but I can see it all. But people are not giving Monique the benefit of the doubt because they think she is just belittling this man. She is just coming out of nowhere. We're having mess. She ain't got nothing else going on. This is a fake storyline, but it's not. This is a married couple going through communication problems, going through their hurdles, being vulnerable. I can understand that completely as a married woman. But you guys, that's it. That's all I have. Please stay tuned for the next video, and I'm going to see you guys later. Bye.